Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and I am back again looking down at the not too much has changed city of Riverville. I would like to do something right away, right as we start the episode, and I would like to cancel the purchase from down here of these things. And then what I would like to do, so this guy, is he going in there for, or is he a lumber guy? Yeah, see, look, he's going in there for something. So what I would like to do is also let him get his thing. Yeah, get that steel out of there. That's the most expensive thing, right? Yeah, so he took as much steel as he could. And what I would like to do is reassign him to get his stuff from here, which means we need to go ahead and, with our dollars, buy the stuff here. Now, you know what? Let's pause it for half a second. All right, so we're going to purchase this stuff. Let's just see. What was that dollar amount? So delivery cost is $34. Right, yeah, we can limit the amount. Let's do wood. All right, and then let's come back to here just out of curiosity and see 58. So pretty darn similar to the gas station if you watched the last episode as far as that. So from now on, we'll be purchasing our things from here, even if it means driving them back to there, I think, just so that we don't have to micromanage too much. But in between the episodes, if you look, we did get some fields in, and I made a change on our farm, and we're now 4-4-4, right? 4 of each kind of vehicle. And the main reason was we weren't, if you notice, we're harvesting these fields, but we're not actually done sowing yet. And I would really rather stay ahead of the sowing. So I bought another tractor, which was only $1,000. We're very close to finishing our aggregate storage. And I'm not sure what the best thing to do with this is. Just because, yeah, it'll be good to have gravel up here. But either way, they've got to go back and get the gravel and haul it. So in some ways, we might be better off, you know, not taking too many of the dumpers. Now, if you look in our thing, we have a lot of dumpers sitting here. So I'm going to bring this over because I'm going to tend to want to leave this open. And I think we've got all of the little roads that we would need to build all of these buildings, which will make things go a lot quicker once I start doing it. We have this little one's not done. You know, there's a couple of them here that just got done, but this is for our bakery and the assorted buildings with the bakery. And I bought 2 more trucks, so we now have 3 trucks hauling out corn. To give you an idea, it's really all pretty new. Let's see, what day is today? The 28th. Yeah, so I don't even know if last month exports, Western countries, 9. So crops, yeah, we've only taken, just to give you an idea, like 1 truckload of crops over to the border at this point. But we got $259, and when you think about it, we did have, you know what, I also want to steal at least one of our lumber trucks. But if we look at our lumber truck, tell me we have no lumber trucks down this way. There he is. Right, I want to take him and switch him from going to this, at least one of these guys. We'll switch and we'll have them go to unload logs here, and then we'll delete him going to here, and then I'll put him on wait so that when we see him sitting there, we know he's full and we can decide what to do again, right? We can put him back on going to the customs house. In the meantime, we'll have the other ones going to the customs house, and this will at least get us some wood up here so that we can take, and let's reassign these guys. Should have done that sooner. Right, steel, bricks, prefab panels, and boards doesn't matter too much, but we'll have them come here for his boards too. Sources without boards. Yeah, hopefully that doesn't slow anything down too much, and maybe we'll have to take another one of those open hauls and send it up to this guy. I don't think we need, do we need? No, we need mechanical components. Those should be on the way, either that or to here. All right, and I think the struggle is just enough open hauls. So I did take one of the open hauls off of the lumber already. So if we take a look at our lumber, we've got only 3 vehicles still going in here where we had 4 before. So now the next thing to do is, yeah, so that'll be that, and that, and then we're never going to change this, and we won't change this. And I'm thinking that the best thing to do now, I want to take some of these vehicles out and start putting them in here, right? Because we're going to be getting our supplies from up here. So I don't want to mess up this. Yeah, I don't want to mess up this guy until he's, let's click on him. Yeah, so you can stay up this way. All right, now what are you doing? You are... Okay, you know what? It's probably better that he gets those boards we need someplace. For the warehouse, we need boards. Right? 13 tons. Will he be able to get all of them? We'll just leave him alone for a minute. But I'm just trying to get these guys moved up here in a logical way. And then, yeah, this crane can come up here. Okay, it's already assigned. Well, we won't assign it again. You know what? Just that quick, buddy. I want you to go back here and get our tower crane. All right. And then the other thing we need to get up there, well, we're not going to pave, and then this is our, if you look in what we have here, so we have these 2 things in our road depot. So I'm just going to leave them. They're the Matador harvester, the paver, and the roller. So dump trucks, well, the mixer I'm going to leave down here. Well, the covered haul can go up there when we get the warehouse done. I'm just really, this is what I've been doing, is just micromanaging the heck out of this. There we go. Now we have this. So the question is, yeah, let's get this assigned, because I want to get, yeah, so you're heading back there. You're the thing. Yeah, we're just going to leave this alone. I want to get that tower crane up here. I'm going to leave all the trucks down in the Reverville, geez, flashback, thing. And then the dumpers, I think I can leave down there until we get a good supply of stone here. We've got to haul it up here anyway. And what I think I want to do at this point is start this construction project. Right, we got 6 dumpers up there. And then what I'll do is, I'm hoping that if I assign this, that the bulldozer goes out here and not the excavator, right? I'd rather the excavator stay around to build buildings and not be building the road. So we'll see. I might be able to cancel the project and fake them out, so to speak. But there we go. So now this guy should start getting things assigned as well. Now, I'm not going to assign workers, and I'm not going to put any buses in here. I'm not going to have any dumpers, so I'm not going to have asphalt. I'm not going to have any mixers for now. So really, it's just get your steel, get all your things from here. Right, and then we'll switch mechanical components there. So we'll get a flag. Yeah, source of gravel is not assigned. That's fine, because you don't have any dumpers anyway, right? So again, I'm just going to like super duper micromanage this, and I'll leave this guy open here. Right, but then I want to assign this one. Did I already do this? Yeah, so this guy, so they're both assigned to 201. And by doing this, I can, more than anything, I can send, it's like effectively, it's the best way to say I want these vehicles to go work on that road without sending my manpower, right? Because I want my manpower to go just to the buildings. Now, I don't care if these guys go help with the buildings, right? If we have the tower crane or the excavator. It'd be real nice if I could say, no, I want you to go work on this building, but I don't know how to do that specifically. So that's why I'm hoping that the bulldozer goes out there and works on that road, because the bulldozer can't work on the buildings. And then in reverse, or looking at it from the Reverville construction, I want the workers to be able to go to here to be able to, you know, start working on the bakery or whatever, and not go work on roads. So I guess the next thing we need to do, you know, is just yeah, we have this covered hall. The real thing I want to do is get this guy done. And it's a matter of just getting the open halls up here. All right, so we didn't reassign the boards, and the bricks they should be buying from here, correct? Well, we did reassign the boards. Do we have board? Oh, well, we dropped off some boards. Good. Oh, very good. Yeah, that will happen too, right? So we'll get filled up with boards there, and then we'll worry about what that other guy's doing. So, yeah, you're working on the warehouse. Where are your... Oh, that's right. We took this open hall. Where did we put that open hall? Oh, is this him? He still hasn't made it down there yet? Let's go a little bit faster for a second. All right, I actually want you to go into here. I'm going to pause it before he gets a chance to go anywhere. All right, can I load you up? All right, now I take this open hall and we're going to put him in here. There we go. All right, so that should get that going there. And then the other open hall, I didn't want to mess with him. What are you doing? You're going to Eggingham warehouse with some boards, which is good. So where are you in that trip? And we'll speed this up again. Yeah, so this is the kind of little micromanaging, like when people say, well, how do you, like I know some people really struggle with making things successful. And this is just not the kind of game that takes care of itself, Let me slow it back down again. And then the other thing I want to do is come up here, and I need to assign this one. Oh, it's already assigned. Good. All right, so as soon as he drops off his boards there, we will switch him over to this one. All right, there he goes. Good to go. Which will be kind of a good thing too, because they'll be able to get that. So then once this warehouse is built, which how far along are we? Yeah, it's only 7. It's really dragging. This is really dragging. Like, not dragon as in the mythical beast, but yeah. So, oh, you know what we need to do now? Well, no, yeah, we need to assign this guy to it, don't we? Yeah, so that should be a little quicker because now the boards are a lot closer, right? This guy should be sending out, once we get him in there, this guy should be sending out these 2 open halls. There we go. The crane can go out there. And then in the meantime, the other guy will be sending up workers from down there. So eventually I'd like to leave it to where, the dumpers I'll start moving over when it makes sense to, start, getting things in here. And once we have a supply of stone there, I think I already said that. All right, but in the meantime, I'm going to work on getting this warehouse done, purchase the stuff up here, and then that way it's a little bit less of a purchase cost. Now, I do have a little bit of a strategy here that I think I'd like to try when we do get our bakery going. Instead of exporting food right from the bakery or the bakery warehouse, I don't even know if we're going to build this warehouse depending on how it goes, but I'd like to send the trucks, or at least a couple trucks, to drop off food here, come back and drop off the excess food in the warehouse. So we're going to have a store over here as well. So I'll have them drop off food at this store, and then whatever's left over, we're going to drop off at the warehouse. And then we'll have a truck that exports anything that's in this warehouse. All right, so this warehouse will be a buffer for production if we need it, right? So we could fill this warehouse up with extra food just because, the flow of things. But then this warehouse will be where after we've dropped food off, we'll drop some off here. We'll also use it for mechanical and electrical components. That makes sense. That way we're not dropping off food that we need for our people. And I'm looking forward to food because let's take a look here. with the prices of food. If we take a look, food's worth 237, and right now we're doing crops at 28. So food's worth 10 times as much. Now, if we look at what happens with the food, food is 42 crops for 20 food. So that's sort of like you need twice as many crops for one food. So you got to keep that in mind too, right? It's not really 10 times as much because you're only getting half as much when it comes to the food. Plus, there's the cost of the workers. I mean, we have a whole town here to support this bakery at this point. So, in other words, even just strictly going by the pricing, we're getting 5 times as much for our bread. If that, and those are the little kind of things to keep in mind. Yeah, so this guy's missing a truck with an open haul. We're fine with that. And say like this guy. So we're already saving a little money because we're getting all of our stuff from here. And then, like I said, we get this warehouse done. We don't have too much else assigned, so we should be in pretty good shape. And then once things slow down on building these bigger roads, I'll start dragging the gravel up here manually. I just don't see any real benefit to just having the trucks drag it up to here. If you think about it, in some ways, if it comes to bringing gravel into here, they're carrying it further, right? Because if they could just carry it from Reverville to this building and not carry it all the way up to there and then carry it back to here. And again, normally you might not be willing to do that a level of micromanagement, but I am. So, okay, so now that we've talked about all of that, let's just take a look at our people and the situation and how we're doing, just as a general statement. So let's do last month, right? It was September. Yeah, I'd really rather get past, last month, look, we had a little bit more. That's right, we started out with August was last month, but look, we got 1,700 in exports. Now, I don't know if that boards is going to go down. I forget when there was 3 deliveries. You can almost see them in the chart if you can see the chart. And then, yeah, well, I mean, that's 1,700. Let's see what happens when we get a whole month. That might be a whole month. I'm not 100% sure of like the crops, So, it's not great, but it's more than we had before that, right? Like I said, I'm really looking forward to getting the food going because the food will also do when it comes to our imports. Let's do last month. All right, imports from the Western countries, 1,700 in September. Yeah, it would really be nice to have fuel and steel. Steel's a big one. And we're about to spend a lot of money on steel. And that is the next goal. If we had to talk about, I mean, I definitely want to get, I want to get this paved first, right? So that we've got a clean shot to there, but then I'm going to start paving this road, which other than the time it takes, because you don't need workers, we can keep paving sections of that road. And I'd like to get it at least to where we would put our town, and then, why not go from there? And that's about the time that I might start, once we're working on this one, or maybe when we get this one done, that's when I'll probably start bringing more just directly up into here. All right, because then it'll be kind of worth it, because if we start building this town, it'd just be nicer to have stone closer at that point. And plus, the other thing is, if we slow down on the use, it's good to keep all those trucks going because we're paying, right? So I'd like to see no dumpers in there because that means for whatever effort we're making into filling this guy up, we're using it as fast as we reasonably can without wanting to spend all of our... I could buy 20 more dump trucks and then we wouldn't have hardly any money to buy anything else. Now, something else, like forethought I've been thinking of is that if we get into the steel industry over here and use conveyors, to bring our iron and whatnot over to the steel mill, we're really not going to be using a whole lot of vehicles, right? We might have a bus or two that drives people up there, and then we'll have, open hauls to carry that stuff around, but we're not going to need a ton more vehicles when it comes to getting the steel going. And I think once we're over here with the steel, we can really start talking about exporting over to there, where we could get, because at some point we're going to have to this would be the area that we're working in. We're close enough to start, like I said, exporting for rubles at that point. So there we go. So I was hoping if I could talk long enough, this thing would get done, but I don't think that's going to happen at this point. And I think I've kind of covered everything that I wanted to. Let's take a look at our people, our population. I can see it's up. I really haven't paid much attention, but you can see it's kind of on a nice steady climb. And I have to admit that the hospital certainly isn't hurting us, right? Is it worth the money? Probably. And then yeah, we'll have a nice another bump. We don't have any plus 21s, but how are our actual houses doing? Are we getting... Nah, we still got plenty of room. We don't need to build another one, which is kind of good because, I'm going to move a lot of the people out of here without starving us to death of these things. And then we probably should talk about another university up here just for the sake of ease. Yeah, let's plop that down just as a space holder, if nothing else. You know what? We're gonna do the mod. Yeah, mod. University. Is this in the same ballpark of size? Doing a Lenin. I hate when they attach like this. Yeah, if I have two complaints about I don't know if you would call it the UI or I really don't need that helper thing telling me how much materials. Just, I don't care. And then the other thing is that I don't think there's any way to not have it auto attach and turn my roads into a bunch of different projects, right? Like I don't want those right there. Or even if I did want them there, let's do it the safe way. Just because I'm irritated doesn't mean I should. All right, so we're going to get rid of all of these attachments. All right, and now it leaves, even if I get rid of those, it leaves that there. Like we got this all busted up now, into small projects. That was kind of a... See, like, now I have to go back here and delete this out. Let's delete this. We really probably don't need that anyway. I don't know. It just seems to me like it would be better if they didn't have it attached like that, or at least give me the option. I'm an adult. I can handle the decision. I'll just leave that like that, and then I have to bust up my road. Look, and I had a nice single road project like all the way around here, and now like in some ways, I really didn't mean to do that. I thought I had the other tool in my hand. Right, in some ways, it's not that big a deal, but just, you play enough of this game, and I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully they'll listen to me this time. Sometimes it seems like they do, but then for the most part, no. All right, so anyway, yeah, I think we're ready to start other projects. I've managed to spend most of our money. We're still way into debt. Let's go over here. Loan. We still owe $729,000. It's getting depressing. Yeah, let's just see. I don't even know that we're going to be profitable when we get this factory going. And I've just been building all the things that we absolutely have to keep people happy. We've got our one building built. The only reason I haven't moved people in at this point, I think, or let's say we'll look at our construction, is this bus platform, right? There's no point in moving people in until we can move them here. And there is a bus on the way with 11 workers. So hopefully that's enough to get that finished. We'll see what happens. Now, is this guy assigned to that? Yeah, just so. It's really been... I bought another concrete mixer because they were slowing us down. And it's just, I don't know, just doing construction from far away like this is tough. So it's definitely going to help to get people closer. There's really... we just have to get this done. I mean, doing the construction manually with the construction office is just 10 times harder. So it's just, that's all there is to it. But I did pause time for a reason. We're ready enough, I think, that we can, and we just got this road done, by the way, all except for this little bit, which I thought about, you know what, I'm going to let that go until we're, it's not going to make any significant difference other than if you have OCD needing to get that little bit done. It's not going to really slow anybody down that much. So we've got this whole road done, but I wanted to find, and we don't have to go looking for them, these guys here and stop them for now. The guys that are selling our thing and add another stop, selling our corn, sorry. Right? So we're going to get rid of the export and then we're going to tell them to unload the corn and wait. Right? So, we could start time. I just wanted to stop it so I could think straight and not... Oh, so is there only one? After all that? I thought I had more than one. I don't know. But let's see. What do we need in here? We just need steel. Let's where was that guy? There he is. You know what? For now, we're going to need components. You know what? No, I know I had more than one guy. Where is my... I left them sitting in here like a nincompoop. Oh, man, I could have been exporting corn the whole time. Well, guess what? We'll have a lot more corn. Right, so let's start these two guys out. So we'll have 3 of them. Oh, man, that's been a long time, too, that I could have been exporting some corn. But I guess maybe in some ways we're better off maxing out our bakery at that point. I don't know. That was a mistake. Okay, so what do we do next, right? As far as, fine, we get this thing done. I really want to just sort of make sure this gets completed because I don't want any more delays and I just don't want any more delays. These guys still are bringing over the last bits of material for this. We've got a couple workers and our 2 cranes over here. So probably the next thing to do after that would be to get the university going. Now, the problem is 144,000 is money that we could use to wait, right? Like we could move people back and forth from old Reverville. We're getting quite a few over here, and we're going to move people out anyway. So we'll have like a fair number of educated to get started. And if we start getting uneducated here, like rather than spending this money, but then again, do we just go ahead and spend the money, then we don't have to worry about it? So that's sort of all part of the game here, I guess you could say. So what do we do now? I think the very, very first thing I'd like to do is get these guys to start working on this. And hopefully, like the last time, we get the... Yeah, good. Well, I don't know which one's going to head out, right? So, in other words, we get this road going just because we want to keep our dump trucks moving, and they're not, I know with what they're working on here, there's nothing there. But I do want to take one of the dump trucks out of here, right, like this one. All right, we'll send him into here. He's got a full tank of gas. but I need to get them out of that. Right, yeah, so I think I could start assigning them a thing without messing it up. So we're going to take him from here. We want to load. They can load anything but gravel. Yeah, hopefully, because of the full tank of gas, he shouldn't lose his assignment. And just have him start unloading things here, or not things, but gravel. Right. Well, he's in there. And so, you know, over a long time, and if we get done enough of the roads and we get enough stone up here, I think that'll, you know, we'll need the stone up here eventually. I didn't do it, like I said, because they were all so busy. So now the next thing I think we can do is start grabbing some people and moving them in and getting them situated. So let's open up probably all but the school building, right? And we'll just try to carefully yank some people out of here. So, like, in other words, when I say school building, I mean where they're going to the technical college. Now, once we do this, we could also start talking about, yeah, we need to talk about where people go to work, right? So I guess we need to put, here, let me just pause it so we can do this. All right, we're just going to relocate. That pops right in my way. All right, we'll take this down to 10. How many do we have in there? 50. All right, we'll just... I don't necessarily want to fill this building, and I don't want to take everybody out of the other buildings, right? But if we have a lot less people over there, then we should need a lot less people. There we go. For now, 120 should be plenty, because I don't know how happy they're going to be. So let's just close everything. Now the problem that I have until I get both of these buildings built is I want to specify where these people work, right? We need people to go to this kind of like everywhere. Yeah, the firehouse would be nice. The bus stop would be nice. Right, maybe we do this. Now again, will they go to the other places? I don't know, but you know, that should, you know, let's just see how it goes if I start playing time here. You know, do they get out there and get to work, or do they all, you know, like we don't have any sellers, right? Like, so this is kind of a problem. You know what, we don't need quite so many firefighters. Let's just take that down a little bit. You want to take down the school and the kindergarten and the firefighters. All right, and let's see, do we get... Yeah, and then the other thing we can do we get sellers? Good. Okay, so people should be, you know, people should be doing their thing. Now, the other thing is, why doesn't it say other vehicles? We got these little buses, right? They're no longer necessary. These are the buses that are taking people to the fire station. Is this another one? Yeah, I think there's 3 of them. But let's send them back to here. It's our only depot. And let's see. It's not a ZIL. I think it's these micro buses. Yeah, this one. Good, I happened to hit the right one. Alright, so I think that gets all of them. And then there is no kindergarten. Yeah, I really want to get this one done too, so that we can get them like spread out on their workplaces a little bit better and get it a little bit balanced out. I don't know why there's no kindergarten. You guys should be fine. Yeah, no staff there. We're okay with that for a minute, but and that's the kind of balancing I want to do. And they're working on this. It doesn't take too long because our open storage yard where we're getting these things isn't too far away. So as long as we keep workers, which, speaking of which, I think now would be a good time to, yeah, let's close this bus. And then Reverville, well, actually, let's switch this first. So I think we can start saying we're going to take the workers from this bus stop, right? And then, no. Really, we wanted to do, no. Sorry. We want to go from this bus stop for Riverville, but this is a microbus. Okay. Let's go back up to this construction office and workers. I want you to get your workers from here, and then move this over here. Let's take all these ZIL buses. All right, and we're gonna put them. Let's make a little hole so I can see. All right, so from now on, we'll get our workers from up here, which will be a. Do this one before I close too many windows. All right, I think I got all those switched. Yeah, they're all out of there. So the only thing we have down there is our dumpers and our mixers, which is fine because that's where we're producing concrete and gravel, right? And then we have the one guy who's bringing more gravel up to here, and then we can talk about, you know, maybe switching this guy to go from here, but let's let that build up with a bunch of stuff first. And then, now we should have, well, you know what? Those three little buses, there's just such little buses. I just want to be kind of careful wherever I can. So we should be fine with kindergartens there. And, let's see. So, yeah, we got little buses coming into here. I don't think we have big buses. What's going on with our, we did run out of wood eventually. Okay, well, so we have those. Yeah, see, what I'm thinking of is, well, I guess we should take one of these buses, right, and have him come up to here. And by the way, we didn't run out for too long, so, because I would have noticed if we didn't have any wood, but, all right, so we'll just have one bus and see if that's enough to keep our wood industry going. And then, yeah, I think we need to buy 2 bigger buses, right? And I kind of want the biggest, slowest bus, I think. Right, we only have 1 page of them, so 60, is that, I never could tell. I think that's 82. Yeah, I think we're going to get 2 of these buses. It's going to be kind of hard to get them spread out properly, but they're going to both have the route of coming from here. Oh, I can't do it yet. Okay. Yeah, so we're getting ahead of ourselves, but that's all right. We'll leave this closed here. We'll take this, and then I just closed it. Let's go back and get him open. Little escape happy, right? Yeah, there you go. All right, so once we can click on that, we can set these guys to come into here, and we should have corn coming into here. Good. All right, and then, yeah, this guy, yeah, could get up to 90% food. We should build, yeah, it wouldn't be bad to build that. And then at some point, I think we might spend a little bit more of our money getting more covered hauls to haul stuff up to the border. Right, we're working on this road. That's something I wanted to do. Is that assigned? Yep, it's assigned to both of them. All right, so now, how are we doing? Unable to church, pub, tavern, sport. Oh, we're going to get there as soon as you get this building done. All right, we've got some workers. That's good. Because, yeah, it's going to be a lot easier to do the rest of this construction. So the question now is, do we do a loan to pay off the loan to pay off the loan? The loan of the loan of the loan. And I think what we should do is just wait and see how good we can get this going. Just because it'll give us an idea. Like, because I could stop construction right now if we were profitable with only the expenses that we have month to month. So let's see, we're in the beginning of July. Let's look at last month. That's not really where I wanted to be. I wanted to be here. All right, we'll look at last month and we'll say we exported, well, we don't really care what we exported, right? Very little. Couple boards, couple crops. Last month, imports from the Western country. So 2,400. I'm going to count each one of these as 1,000 because they're like 900, right? And we're going to have some more people coming. So this is like 3,000 plus 24. Let's call it 2,500. So just we'll go overestimate. So that's $5,500. Now you say, well, what about the fuel? Well, yeah, but the fuel doesn't really count because 95% of that or more is just for construction purposes, right? So if we can make $5,500 a month on the bakery, then even if it took me like 10 years, theoretically we could. We're not going to do that, but at least we would know that we were ahead of the game a little bit. And I kind of rounded up wherever I could on that one, so we'll see what happens. Now let's make sure we keep an eye on this town. Make sure they're not, like getting unhappy or anything because we took everybody out. Right? Yeah, I think we're going to take some more people out of here. I don't want to starve this. Yeah, this one's got a bunch, so we're going to do that. Now, anybody we move up here is not going to have a hospital and, of course, the university. Yeah, this is... Yeah, we'll get some workers over there. All right, did we get the buses into here? Yep, for just now. So that's... They should walk over there, but I bet you that bus is going to leave in a half a heartbeat, I hope. Yep, there you go, good. All right, so he'll get some people. Now, the other thing is we probably want to do no students. We do have this one on no students, right? So long, seems long ago. Yeah, good. All right, now, do we have any workers here? Oh, you know what we should do? Well, no, I guess it's fine to build those buses. Those buses are nice to have. Or not build the buses, but buy the buses. I mean, I could have probably just used the buses we had. We really need to be careful, but I'm feeling okay about our rubles. If there's anything about our money, I think we're going to be able to get to the point, based on the rubles alone, like that we would have enough to keep buying vehicles. There we go. Yeah, we need to get this done, and then we need to get this done. And we got everything there except for people. Oh, we have people here. Yeah, and then we'll need a little bit more steel. So our big money in steel purchases. Here, let's fast forward a little bit. Get this house done, and then we can move some people over. All right, and then we can, once we get that bus stop done, and 50% done, and then we're working on this road. We got some gravel up there, good. Keep that guy busy. And see, I hate this. I'm going to cancel from Lakeoff House construction. All right. I'm going to cancel this and then reassign it. And I don't want that. Nope, the excavator's going out there again. So I think what we're going to do, would I rather have a hospital or a university? They're both kind of about even in my head at this moment. We'll just let the excavator go for the moment since I don't really have control over it, and I'd rather worry about this guy getting done, and we'll get that out of the way. 99. There you go. All right, so we'll just go back to regular speed, and then we have... You know what? I'll leave this guy at 36. Let's go ahead and take a good number of people out of here. All right, and then this is the one that I really want assigned to go to the school. There are no connections. What? Oh. There we go. Yeah, I was going to say, wait a minute, something's seriously wrong. All right, this guy could be our educated people. So let's take, even though it's going to make them unhappy again. All right, let's take most of our educated and put them here. All right, that sort of balances it out to the total number of people. So we have lots of educated people there. And then we'll take this guy off of the school and the kindergarten. And we're going to send him a little bit to here. He's already got the platform. He's got the shopping center. And then maybe he'll have, well, the educated people will go to the hospital. It doesn't really matter if we get that thing going, right? And then I guess we need to say these people could also go to here. Now, we'll leave that on a third, a third, a third. Let's reduce the fire station a bit. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. Definitely reduce the heck out of the... Yeah, we'll just see about 5% of those people to there. So we should start getting decent people into here. One. Eventually they'll get settled after they get more of their needs met. And how are we doing here? We're waiting on steel. There he goes right there. So we'll get the steel over here, and then this should get done relatively quickly. And then we'll be able to fire up the bakery. Oh, you know what we need to? I mean, doesn't have to have it, but yeah, I think it'd be good to have a little footpath there. Not purchased. Right, and then we can assign, well, we're gonna have to assign both. Right, it just won't hurt. Get them there without having to walk all the way around that corner. Probably don't need that other little extra bit. Right, so now what is your problem? No people. There goes a bus. Yeah, so we're getting 9 there. So now, well, we need that bus stop done. So now, yeah, we've got crops in here. We'll be producing food in a minute. There we go. So let's take off this and this and say, well, everybody goes to there. Not that that's, I don't think that would be necessary, but, and then, yeah, so we should start creating some pollution. So probably what we need to do is let's take, oh yeah, it would be nice to have that depot. Before that guy gets a load of corn, let's send him down to here. So I got to send him all the way back to there and wait for him to get there before we can set him on a food route. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So we'll have 2 food trucks, right? No, not plus. Oh, he just got corn in him. That's all right. I kind of missed anyway. All right, let's go get... You know what, let's slow this down so I can catch one of them. Yeah, like, there we go. All right, come to this depot. It's full. Come to there. Close enough, right? And so, are we done our... Yes, we're done the bus stop. So we can get these 2 out of here. All right, they've already got the first stop on. All right, so you're going to go to Egan, load up people, unload people at the bakery one. All right, so we'll give him a little bit of time, and then we really could have him go right to the bakery, couldn't we have? Well, that's all right, though. The bakeries tend to get a little bit jammed up with people, to be honest, or trucks and buses and trucks. All right, so how long do we wait? This guy's drive is about from, let's close some crap. All right, so these two, we're going to shrink. All right, our construction office, yeah, we're working on some roads. We're going to hold off until we get some exports going. And then, so we need to deal with these two. So the distance needs to be about that far, right? So when this guy gets like that far away, which he is, so let's start the other one. So hopefully they'll end up, you know, with a nice flow of workers. And then, yeah, then we need these two to get back to that other depot so we can reassign them to pick up food from here, which is fine because there'll be two, right? And then, yeah, do we just have them come to like right here? And I think one food, you know, this guy's got a pretty short route there, other than, you know, where is he? Yeah, so what is he doing now? Oh, he's... all right. Yeah, so get back on the job there. I sent him down. I hit plus. I didn't think about... I hit plus, and then I thought I don't know what I thought. We'll just forget about me for a second. But let's see if one truck back and forth is enough to keep up with the bakery. If not, we can easily put a second one on there. And then, yeah, we just need to get these guys down to there. So let's go a little bit faster again and see what's what. Now, how's our people doing here? We're getting happier. Right, yeah, unhealthy one. Yeah, we'll get you that stuff in a minute. I have a feeling we're going to be taking out another loan to just to survive, you know, like to pay off that loan and then. But I really would like to see how much we're bringing in, because if I know we're at least making 5,500 or whatever I said, then that changes how we go about the loan, right? Because we can factor in how much it would cost us. Like if we're making 6,500, then I can try to set up the loan one way or the other, maybe a little different. Or if we're not making enough, then we say, well, screw it. We just got to go for the gusto at that point. You know, we just have to get towards the steel mill ASAP, because we're just going to build ourselves further and further into debt. And I'm just not sure how much food we're going to be able to move at that point. Now, the good news is, by the way, we've got a lot of food sitting in the fields. So, you know, for a little while, we'll have a bit of a boost, even if we're not sustainable in the long run. Okay, these guys are down there. Good. Where are you at? Oh, that's right. You had to go to here for a minute. So let's send you back to there. And then you can get a route. And then we'll go back and give your route to the other guy, right? So your route... Well, no, you know what? Actually, they're going to have separate routes. So you're going to come into the bakery and wait for a load of food. And then you are also going to go to the bakery and wait for a load of food. And then you're going to come to here and wait to unload your food. You might as well start. And then you, we need to come back up here, are going to go to this store and wait to unload your food and start. Oops, I just closed something I didn't mean to. Now, what do we have this open for? It's just a bus. I think we started that already. Now we have a little bit of room in here. We can come in and say covered haul 1, 2, 3. I think that fills that up. All right, so we're going to do this a little different than I said. And it really would be nice to get that warehouse going, wouldn't it? Because if these guys are sitting here waiting, they're going to compete with the guys. Yeah, we're down to 89,000. See, they're going to be competing with the guys that are dropping food off at other places. Unless we have this warehouse that we could start doing, like I said. I don't know that I want them driving all over the Lord's creation either. Well, here's what we could do. Let's have these guys go from here to here, which is a little bit of a waste of fuel, and then up to here. Right? And this would be unload. I'll just leave it as anything. A little easier for me to recognize. You are just going to drop off your food there, and you're going to come and load and wait. Right? And then let's go back. Give all three of these that same assignment. Right? We're going to start all three. And then hopefully we can work this out where we don't get a jam up here. All right, so this guy... Oh, look, we're making food. Woohoo! Yeah, so this guy, we're going to set on his way. But after we do, I want to put that he's going to come here to load. Right? So that we should have food here because they're going to drop off food to here. So we'll keep whatever the amount of food is. 203 tons will be kept there for our own personal use, which is kind of a lot. Let's cut that down. 100 tons. That's good, because that cuts down how much of these things we buy, too. Right, so once he gets going... Where's the other guy? Did he already... Oh, yeah, look, he's already there, so we... Good. Yeah, now the other thing, too, let's see, when it comes to purchasing 2 tons, what we can do, right, is increase the amount of food, because we're purchasing the other things anyway, right, and that will hopefully give this guy time to come back. Oh, come on, stop doing that with the flicking back and forth. I can't click the... Right, we'll do like 73%, right, because we don't need to purchase that much clothing anyway. And that will give this guy a chance to unload fully and then head on his way. And then hopefully come back at the same time. So this is... We don't need that. We can do the same thing here. All right, we'll take that up to like 75%. We'll purchase a little bit less electronics and clothes, but when he drops off his food, he should be hopefully able to make a round trip before anything bad happens. And then, so this guy, what's he doing? Are we not? Uh-oh. So you can't get to the Reverville Small Shopping Center? Right, let's pause. Why can't you get to the Reverville Small Shopping Center? I don't know. Let's do this. Let's do what I said I was going to do. All right, load this, wait. Oh, do we not have a road connection? Oh, we don't have a road connection. Oh, I deleted it when I did the thing. Okay, well, there we go. It's always good to know the reasons why. Right, so now we can actually send him to here, get rid of this. Right, and then I have no idea now why I have this guy open. You're the other one going to this shopping center. right? Yeah, so why don't we just do the same thing with him? Right, instead of going to the food factory, you were going to load up food and wait. Right? And then these guys should be getting their food and heading on their way. Yep. And how's our busing doing? Are we right one behind the other, or are we kind of spread out? Oh, good. We're spread out nicely. See that? They're both on the road. Cool. Now, are we keeping up with this? Yeah, we still got plenty in there. Good. All right, and then the other thing really, though, is I kind of want to micromanage this a bit, I think, right? Because I don't want this guy driving all the way up to the customs house until this thing gets filled up. All right, so I would do, like, once he gets done unloading. So I may just sit here for a few minutes after the episode ends, well, and even during the episode, and just sort of catch these guys, and, you know, like, I'll leave all three of them open. And then I'll just sort of circumvent them. Now, I could just probably take this off, right? Yeah, why don't I just do that? It'll probably be easier. I think this is the third one. Yeah, so I'll send them back up to the customs house after they have filled this up. And then what I might do is if I figure out a little bit of a pattern, I may cut. Like, if there's only one truck needed to come to here to keep everybody happy. But the good news is, let's take a look at our economy. And, well, let's do, I don't know how long ago this started. We're only in August 19th, right? So let's do import, Western countries. Food is no longer going up. It's not at 0 yet either, but why isn't it at 0? Are we importing from someplace? Why would we be buying food? Where would we be buying food? I mean, I know we could buy food. I don't want it to... Ah, so this guy didn't make it back in time. Right? Yeah, where are you at? Yeah, so you're still on your way back and you didn't come back. So you know what that means? That means... Yeah, let's open this guy back up. Let's go buy another. This is, by the way, a big part of the reason why we have that. Not so much for right this minute, but why we plan on this road cargo station. There's 2 stops here, so we'll be okay. All right, but I'm going to buy another one of these. And we're going to take this guy's route. Copy it. Start that guy, right? So then he should, they can't make the round trip before they run out of food. So in other words, this distance is too great. Like, this one's barely got anywhere to go. One truck's going to do fine. He'll get back. Now, assuming that there's enough food in there. How much do we have? No food. Okay. Well, why do we have no food in there? We're just not getting enough people. No workers. Did some just come in? Yeah, so is it... You have more workers? Yeah, I don't know why. Well, maybe it was just bad timing with a construction bus or something like that. Right? Like if the construction bus might have stole all the people at the last minute. Oh, and that might be why the guy didn't make it back, too. Because if we weren't getting enough food, then that could be why he didn't make it back to town fast enough. Oops, I meant to keep those open, didn't I? Well, that's all right. Easy enough to... All right, once I get that warehouse filled up. So I think, I'm not sure exactly the time of the episode. I think we're right around an hour. And, you know, we have food, and when you'll have to sit in suspense, this will be like a suspenseful thing. How much money will we make when we get going on the food, right? Like, we don't have any of it in here now. Once we build up 100, then we'll be able to start selling stuff, and we'll come back in the beginning of the next episode and we'll talk about what we want to do next. I don't think I'm going to build these buildings. I'm just going to have to keep an eye on our educated and sort of work it out. As our population, yeah, population is doing really well. If we take a look at this year, we're steady increasing, which is what you want to see. So now we've got even more room for them. And then, yeah, we need to get over here, I think, and get an export. We'll get this road built, and we'll talk about, do we finish up these constructions, but this will, getting the food will help cut down our costs a good amount, and we'll just have to see between the reduction of costs and the potential for exports. Hopefully we'll have a good flow of money, at least break even. I would be happy with at this point. So there you go. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I just hope we can break into profitability at some point here, because we just really need to do that before we go into too much more debt. All right. See you guys later. Have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.